God chooses David as king. 1 Samuel 16:1-13. In the land of Israel, a story unfolds of a shepherd boy destined for greatness untold. God's chosen people, longing for a king, a leader to guide them under his wing. Samuel, the prophet, received a command to Bethlehem journey to the house of Jesse's clan. For among his sons, the chosen one would rise, a king anointed in God's own eyes. With a horn of oil in his hand, Samuel went to the town of Bethlehem with divine intent. He arrived at Jesse's house, his heart filled with awe, as he beheld Jesse's sons, tall and strong, no flaw. Eliab, the eldest, stood proud and tall. Surely, Samuel thought, God's choice above all. But God spoke to Samuel, his voice serene, "Do not look at his appearance, or height, nor mien. For I do not judge as humans do. Man looks at the outward, but I see through. The heart, the character, that's what I seek in the one I anoint to lead the meek." Jesse's sons paraded, one by one, Abinadab, Shammah, and sons that would come. But none of them held the key to God's plan in the search for the chosen, his anointed man. "Are these all your sons?" Samuel questioned Jesse. "There is one more," he replied, with a voice that was meek. "He is out tending sheep, the youngest of all. David is his name, in the meadows he sprawls." Samuel commanded, "Bring him to me, for we will not rest until his face I see." So David was summoned, his presence made known, a young boy with ruddy looks, standing alone. As soon as Samuel laid eyes on his face, he knew God's favor had found its rightful place. "Arise, anoint him," Samuel declared, for David, the shepherd, was God's chosen heir. With the horn of oil, Samuel poured it out, anointing David's head without a doubt. And in that sacred moment, God's Spirit came, mighty and powerful, in David's humble frame. From that day forward, David's life would change. Anointed by God, his purpose rearranged. He would become a king, both brave and strong, a shepherd to his people, righting every wrong. Through valleys and battles, David would tread, with God as his guide. He fearlessly led. His slingshot and lyre, his weapons of choice. But it was his faith that gave him true voice. In Saul's court, David's talents were revealed. His skillful music, the wounded king healed. But envy and jealousy soon took hold, as David's fame grew, his worth being told. Saul, tormented by an evil spirit's grasp, sought to harm David with a venomous clasp. But the Lord protected him night and day, and David's trust in God would never sway. In the face of Goliath, a giant so tall, David stepped forward, ready to heed the call. With a stone and a sling, he struck the blow, and Goliath fell, his mighty ego laid low. The victory of David echoed far and wide. As Israel's champion, he filled them with pride. Songs of his valor filled the air, as David's rise to kingship became clear. Yet, it was not an easy path he would tread, as trials and tribulations lay ahead. He faced battles and wars, both near and far, but through it all, God's grace was his guiding star. David's reign was defined by heartfelt psalms, expressing his joys, sorrows, and qualms. He poured out his soul with honesty and grace, seeking God's mercy in every time and place. Though David was flawed, he sought to amend his actions and choices he would comprehend. He repented when he faltered, sought God's embrace, finding forgiveness and redemption in his grace. God's faithfulness endured, unwavering and true. As David's dynasty grew, his legacy grew. The city of Jerusalem became his throne, and Israel prospered under his reign alone. David's story teaches us lessons profound of faith, courage, and the love that abounds. That God's chosen ones may arise from the least, to shepherd his people and bring them peace. So let us remember the tale of David's rise, a shepherd boy anointed to our surprise. May we, too, seek God's guidance and embrace, and fulfill our purpose through his saving grace.